Run a one-man band out there behind his seat. And leave a comment. This is a make or break season. He's got to make an impact. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. Wow, I know we flipped the script here and there, right? Like sports entertainment, we get back to the Trump-Kamala Harris thing. But look, it's Wednesday, right? August 7th. It's blowing by. Hopefully today is a great hump day for you guys when you get through the day, head closer and closer to the weekend. But we couldn't go without diving into the importance of what's going on still in the U.S. Obviously, I'm going to do my best. Everyone listen to this. I'm going to do my best to give you the absolutely if possible, the most unbiased opinion here today. That's what I want to do. And this red, look, I didn't put this red on to try to prove anything. This is for the USA, track and field, going bananas out there, watching them win all those races and watching all the events and just seeing USA, gold, USC, silver, bronze, just constantly, and even sometimes multiple people in the front from hurdles to everything, every event. It was like US is somewhere lurking around, looking to get that W. So that's what this is for. Unbiased opinions today that I'm going to give you that I think is important for our country, for our nation. Trump, Harris, obviously Joe Biden dropped out. We got a lot to talk about today, and a lot of people that are going to comment today and talk today, people that will watch this after the live stream. Remember, I am the most unbiased person. I am mixed race. I'm biracial. So therefore, I don't have a bone in my body that's going one way or the other, or for a white, a black, or even a Hispanic. I have Spanish cousins. So I give it to you straight. I give it to you what's going on, and I just give you the facts. I don't go out there and try to tell you what you should pick. Obviously, by the end of the show, you're going to know who I appreciate more, but more importantly, it's unbiased. It's the facts. It's what's happening right now. You guys need to hear. We're going to dive into it right this very second. If you guys are in the chat right now, drop the dice out there. Put USA in the chat, because this is probably the most important conversation that anybody can have right now in America. Maybe if you're somewhere else, maybe not, but in America, in the USA, this is the most important conversation. Even though I'd love to just talk about, track and field right now. I'd love to talk about all the great things. But if I didn't get on here this morning and then dive into Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, what's going on, and give you the honest opinion, unbiased opinion, I would be doing you guys a disservice, and that's why I'm doing this today. So welcome back to the show, and let's dive into it right now. Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, what's going on? What's the competition look like right now? We had this conversation the other day. We said, what's going on with these people? Joe Biden drops out. Kamala Harris jumps in. Now, it's Kamala Harris, it's Donald Trump. This is probably, and this is my unbiased opinion, so this is probably the worst person for Donald Trump to face. Why? Because she's a woman. We know Donald Trump likes to get up there and give you some, he's opinionated too, right? Let's not knock it. Gets up there, gives some factual information as well. Wants to be excited for the USA, right? But here's what I want to say. I think this year with Joe Biden, it was a landslide. I really think Trump was going to run that situation. It wasn't going to be no problem. Trump was going to be the president. People started already counting money and doing new businesses. We're excited about it. And then Joe Biden drops out for reasons that he probably should have dropped out a long time ago due to, obviously, getting a little bit older. Happens to everybody, not knocking him. But on top of that, just getting up there and speaking. Everything was a slur, or there was issues. When he walked up the stage, he couldn't walk right. It was going. I mean, it was like he's running the country right now. Getting that in a second, that's a problem. Just saying that's a problem. If you can't run to be, the president, if you can't run up there for the presidential election in 2024, why are you the president of the United States, the best damn country in the world? Why are you running it if you cannot run for president in 2024? That's a problem in a nutshell right there. Now, Trump versus Kamala Harris, this is a question that people keep talking about right now. We're going to talk about the polls in a second. The reason why I think Kamala Harris is the worst person for Trump to go against is because Trump wants to get up there and be the man's man, get up there and explain what's going on. Kamala Harris had to come at it from a feminine standpoint and say, look, he's not with women and yada, 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 and bring up all the old stuff back in the day. And which, look, you got to do what you got to do to win the election. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying that's what's probably going to happen in the position for him. Like, that's why the debate situation is going to be like, okay, let me get my head on straight. And if Trump wants to beat Kamala Harris, all he's got to do is stick right to the plan. Forget who she is. Forget she's there. Forget that it's a woman. Forget that it's a man. Forget anything. Just sit there and stick to what you do, what your policies are, what you're going into, and prove the facts on the stage and say, look, this is what's happening in the last 4 years, X, Y, Z. Kamala Harris, you've been there. So let's dive into that right now. The Trump versus Kamala. And then you got the polls right now, the current polls of what's going on. Who's actually leading the polls, right? It's all this crap of mumbo jumbo. Who's winning? Who's losing? Who's currently up 1 point? Who's up 3 points? Who's up 7 points? I can't stand the shit, to be honest, right? I'm giving it to you straight here, so I apologize. If you're into this right now, hit that like button, put a comment in the chat, get the flag out there, USA, for the Olympics and also for our, this election that's coming up. This is probably the biggest election in American history. I'm just telling you right now, if you are watching this right now, this is probably, arguably, the biggest election on the soil of the U.S. I'm just telling you right now, it is, because this is going to change a lot of the trajectory of where we're going with the nation, right? It's going to change a lot. It's going to talk about, all the policies. I'm talking insurance. I'm talking listen, a lot of things have transpired under Joe Biden's watch, which, in fact, Kamala Harris is also there too. But the problem we have is interest rates. We got gas prices. We got buying products at stores. We got your shopping cart is loaded with shit that you're like, okay, why is it $370? And I'm thinking to myself, this is half of the shit I used to get. I don't get it. This is not under Trump's watch. So this is a problem. And right now, the current polls that are coming out, forget the current polls. Anybody that says, oh, the current poll, Trump is up by 2, or Kamala Harris is up by 3, or she makes a close run back. Forget that shit. Come when we get closer to the election day, when everyone starts running in to elect, to pick their president, the most important thing you need to do is be smart about who you want running our country, who you want running it, and who you think is the most important. So let's dive into the piece of the pie that I believe is the most important right now. So here we go. Donald Trump shows strength, with the economy. Why I'm saying this right now, and these are facts. These aren't anything with my election. And again, if you just jumped on here, just joining us, my red jacket here is not to prove a point. It's not to pick a side. It is because the USA is dominating in track and field, and I think that's important in the Olympics. So I got my jacket on. That's all this is about right now. But more importantly, Donald Trump shows strength with the economy. Let me tell you something. The strength that he showed on the podium after being shot, putting the fist up in the air, is like, holy shit, this man got shot, still up there going bananas like, we got to win this, fight, fight, fight. All I'm saying is right now, the strength for our country, the strength for our nation, the strength to see businesses rise to the top again is what people want. Even if it didn't even happen, it's sometimes, I'm just telling you, the visual as a parent. If something happens, the visual to be strong, right? As a coach, the visual to be strong. All these things are important as well, right? And again, these are facts. These aren't any kind of made up shit. The man was shot in the goddamn ear, stood up and said, fight, fight, fight on the damn stage. Anybody with the right mind at the right place, even if you're strong, you think you got all the muscles in the world, you're a big time macho man, whatever you want to call yourself, full of testosterone. If you got shot in the ear, your ass would have been off that stage. 99% of the people in the world off the damn stage, 99.9 off the stage. This man showed the courage, and why I'm comparing this to the economy is people want to be a part of shit like this. People want to be a part of a movement like shit like this. When you see a man get up there and put his fist in the air, nobody's doing that. I'm not knocking Kamala Harris because she wouldn't do that. I'm not knocking Joe Biden because he wouldn't do that, because most people in the world wouldn't do that. But this symbolizes someone that could run your country and is a threat to other people that would chill the fuck out, right? Other people around the world would chill out because they'd say, shit, that man right there got shot and he don't give a shit. He's a warrior. We're not going to, go over there and fuck with U.S. at all. I mean, I got a lot of other things I want to show you right now about warships and Russia being close, near Cuba. We got the wars that are going on, why they're happening. We're going to dive in that right now too. But all I'm saying is this. Our economy has to come back way stronger. And I'm not just talking about the things that people, we're going to open up business. I'm just saying the people that are already in business have slowed down. We're not buying that right now. We're going to hold back right now. We're going to wait till the election. We're going to do this because they want to know what's going on. Okay, all I can tell you right now is the people that came into play, and I got this, since, Joe Biden jumped in office, we've had a lot of concerns with our economy. And when I say that, I'm talking about people being able to take your money in our nation and put it back into the system because people are scared to buy. Interest rates are too high. And so you're going to see a plummet. The only reason why, and I'm being honest with you guys right now, you got to hear what I'm saying. I know people will say, yada, yada, wait till I finish what I'm saying so you guys can get the true point here. When Trump was in office, you saw interest rates go down really low, right? I mean, I got a 2.9 interest rate on my house, 2.9. I think the lowest, I bought a house 10 years ago, it was like 5.5, and I was like, shit, I'm rocking. 2.9. Okay, so now, when that happens, a lot of people started buying all these houses. People were excited. People were in movement. People were in motion, right? Moved all these places. The world was kind of growing. You felt the excitement of what was happening. I was pumped up. I was truly pumped up. I really, really felt there was a lot of great things going on. And then, obviously, COVID hits. So people are like, shit, we got to work from home now. People are moving to the suburbs, moving out of the cities, putting more money into their local, if you want to say suburbs, right? Moving to these other areas, building new shopping centers. I mean, they're moving forward, all these kind of operations still going on. So even when Joe Biden took the office, it was like, whoa, Joe Biden inherited a lot of great movements already happening. And I'm not just saying Joe Biden, I'm saying any president in the world that would have jumped in and became president after Trump. COVID was the only concern. After Trump, I would have jumped in and been like, shit, I'm rocking and rolling. People are buying, interest rates are low. As soon as they jacked the interest rates up crazy, all of a sudden people are like, well, shit, I can't even decide to move. Even if I sold my house and got paid all the money that it's still worth, where am I going to buy at? Where am I going to go and buy a property now? Because I was 2.9. And look, that was an all-time situation where even if it was at 3.9, people would be happy, right? Like realistically, 2.9, I wasn't expected to go to that. And if it never did again, we would be happy in the threes. People would be buying properties in the threes. 3.5, you would still buy a house. 3.9, you'd still be excited to buy a house. It's the 7s and the 8s and the freaking 9s, right? We got to worry about. That's a problem. And all these people, all these millennials, I'm going to go in a second, millennials and Gen Zs and all these people that want to move in and buy, they're like, whoa, I want to vote for, Kamala Harris because you think she's going to wipe out some college debt. And then just so you know, you can't buy a house. How are you going to be able to afford to buy a house? How can you afford to buy a house at 8%? How can you do that? So even though you're excited about some other things that are happening, you make some money at your new job at Wells Fargo or Bank of America as a teller, you're trying to get in the banking industry or you're a real estate agent, just so you know, capital gains, they want to double or whatever. So if they go do that, you're going to be hurting. Like you're voting for something to get one thing done. On the other hand, you're going to be crushed. I'm just throwing it out there right now. Super unbiased factual information. Okay? Nobody's perfect. Trump's not perfect either. But I'm just saying, under his watch, I felt like my cash flow was pouring out of my pockets. Like I was doing deals. People wanted to do deals. People were excited to talk about doing deals. And I felt like I was like, shit, I'm going to become a superhero in business. Keep building my show. All these people can hang out. I can give advice on here. People can go buy this or do this. And I flipped a lot of cool properties. At the end of the day, none of that would have happened at 7%, 8% interest rates. I'm just telling you right now, all the things that I've done, all my properties, the things I've made money on, and buyers that came in and were like, what do you think about this property? They were excited to buy because they were like, well, it's a good deal. Yeah, it's a good deal. It's also low interest rate. Now, shit is slowing down. We got houses sitting in the market, bankruptcies coming out of left field. There's going to be a lot of concerns. I'm just telling you right now, regardless of who gets in as a president, there's going to be some concerns, right? So let's move forward here for a second. We talked about some of the strength with Donald Trump. Now let's get into this. USA concerns if Kamala Harris was elected. Okay, here's why I want to talk about this for a second. In the chat right now, drop those flags again. And I'm going to put messages you guys have in the live stream in a second. When we get closer here in a minute, I'm going to put it so your message can pop up on the screen. You guys can say whatever you guys want to say. Good morning to you guys. Let's get started right now with this piece of the pie. USA concerns if Kamala Harris gets elected. And I want to talk about this because this is real. Is there concerns? Now, when she gets up there and she speaks, around the world, obviously, a lot of people were like, okay, she's repeating the same things. I'm not trying to go into that. I'm not trying to symbolize everything that people have been saying. I'm trying to find the good and the light in every single president that has an opportunity, because that's what's important. If Kamala Harris was elected president, I do think there are a lot of concerns, but I would root for her to be successful. Why? Because I live in the USA. Why would I want her to fail? And we all fail. Remember, I've been saying that. So I want to be clear about this for a second. The concerns that I have with Kamala Harris are the fact that we've had a lot of complications financially in the country. And here's the problem. She's been there for this entire time. So if she was going to go in and make changes, if she was going to go in there and help out or do X, Y, Z, she would have been doing that for the last 4 years. And again, when I talk about the policies, I don't go into all drilling, and I don't want to go into all those crazy policies that people want to talk about. I'm not saying they're crazy in a bad way. I'm saying crazy, more detailed, more business savvy, which Donald Trump obviously is a businessman. I don't want to go so far into that. But what I want to talk about is this. The major things really is just your interest rate. You've been able to afford groceries at a store. I mean, if they jack this stuff up and then they want to double the capital gains tax, that's a problem. Like, doubling your capital gains tax means you cannot buy properties, flip them, which means you're not going to buy them, renovate them, put them on the market. All these new renovated properties that are going in your areas are people buying, using their own money or bank money or loan money or whatever you want to call it, renovating. So your street is getting better because the opportunity to buy, renovate, resell properties is bringing up value in your neighborhood. So if your neighbor buys a house next door to you and it's a shithole next door and they buy it and they start cleaning it up, putting new doors and windows, and they do this, you're going to be a happy camper. What Kamala Harris and what Biden and the Democrats, what they're doing is they want to bring taxes up. They want to raise tax. Gas prices are up. They're raising, look, even in your grocery store, inflation is crazy. And then on top of that, you have the situation going on with capital gains. All these people that are buying properties, I'm not going to buy that shit right now. I'm not going to buy that and renovate that. That's a problem. So all these concerns, I'm just saying, I'd love to think for a second. I got all these messages coming in here that are popping up on my screen. I'd love to think for a second that people would genuinely understand what I'm trying to say right now from an unbiased perspective, because I don't want people to think, okay, he's getting on here and he's talking about Kamala Harris today. I'm not trying to do that. If she jumped on here and she lowered taxes and she lowered gas prices and she helped out with people going to the grocery store, I'd be like, shit, Kamala Harris is a beast. Like, what? It's not because Donald Trump, his name is making him great. It's because he wants to do the things that America wants. And then you see all these commercials, right? You see all these damn commercials with her up there, and when she's talking, and it's just like, I'm going to work for an America. What is an America? I mean, it is the USA. Like, forget the an America that has this. It's, I want to work for America and let's ball out. I don't give a shit if you're Trump, if you're Biden, if you're Kamala Harris. I don't care who you are. If you're Democrat, if you're Republican, if you're in the middle, if you're undecided, I don't give a shit what you are. If your goal is to make our country better in a lot of ways and it's making sense, you got my vote. I don't care if you're wearing red, if you're wearing blue, if you're wearing green. I don't give a shit what you're wearing. I don't care what color you root for. I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic. I don't care what you are. If your goal is to help America, you got my vote. Prove that in your messages too, and prove that in 4 years of being there. And when I watched Trump, I'm speaking in a couple of segments we're going to do in a second. We're speaking about safety and we're speaking about financially. Those are important. Your financial opportunities to be able to do things with your family and grow is important. And then the safety of your children, the safety of our family, the safety of our borders. We'll get to it in a second. These are important things that are happening right now. This is unbiased. You're just joining us right now. I'm biracial. I don't give a shit. So it isn't a whole white, black, Spanish thing. This is a very factual situation that we need to be careful about. So here's the thing right now. I want to move on to this next piece of the pie. There's some concerns there, obviously, but look at this. Now, this is something that was just on the media. Now, I'm not blaming Kamala Harris for the crash. Before anybody says anything, anybody that watches after the show gets their panties in a bunch. What I'm saying is it was a little comical, Trump cash or Kamala crash. Why this is happening is Trump was in there and stock markets were pretty good, right? People were making money, business were opening up. The stock market goes up and down all the time. It doesn't matter who's the president. I'd like to think if Trump was in that people would be more excited about investing. But I'm just saying right now, I'm not blaming Kamala Harris on the crash. This was something that was comical to me. And it was like Trump cash or Kamala crash. So look, let's not throw shade in the wrong direction because, again, I told you I'd be unbiased here and explain the goddamn truth. And the truth is right now, even when Trump's in there, it can go up and go down. If Kamala's in there, it can go up and go down. If Joe Biden's in there, it can go up and go down. That is not really what I'm saying. But the truth is, behind people with the stock market, people that want to, get out there and, obviously invest or make money or go out, watch here on Forbes, and put your money in all these different stock markets. People are excited when Trump's in because they're like, shit, we're going to make some money. Like, people are pumped up. But right now, with, obviously Kamala Harris, even the people with a lot of money, all those wealthy people out there who want to tax them more, those people create more jobs. Like, you have to understand something for a minute. I understand taxing a little bit. Let's get more. Hey, you give back. Or hey, if you want to open up this type of company, you reach this magnitude, you should do this to help out with the roads or, some of those kind of things. But to go out there and say, we're going to double capital gains. So that means every younger person that's out there right now that's like, I'm a Gen Z, I'm out there, I'm a millennial, I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris. That's all great, go do that. And then when she gets in office and you go try to buy a house, you're like, shit, I can't buy a house. You just screwed our country for the next 4 years. And then we got to go through that shit and then try to figure out how we can get someone back in office to fix that. And again, if Kamala Harris jumped up there and she got it done, I'm telling you, I will vote for her too. If Kamala Harris jumped up there and she said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to lower taxes, I'm going to help this. Forget trying to help the white people, the black people, the Spanish people, trying to help these people. Stop trying to help all these fucking people and just help the U.S., right? How can we help the U.S. come together? How can we help the black people grow? How can we help the white people grow? What do the white people need to help the black people? How can we help you help them? How can we in a circle become a unified nation? Like, that is really what I would do if I was running for president. I'd be up there saying, hey, look, all the shit that I want to do doesn't mean you want to do it. So just because I say that shit doesn't mean that it's going to work out, or just because I say that because I believe in it for me, it's great for you. The reality is me helping this person will help that person is what I think makes sense. A little bit more money in this person's pocket will help them spend money over here, help that business grow. Like all that stuff, I see some stuff moving, but we can't help the people that are just lazy as fuck. If you're just lazy as fuck, there's no point in helping you because all you're going to do is get that money, spend it somewhere, and that's it. So that was fucking stupid anyway. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying, I'm not blaming her on the crash. I made it very clear. But it is kind of comical, right? Trump cash, Kamala crash. People are making this, saying this. So I'm just being honest. You're going to see that out there. But that was not something that I, wanted to create, whatever. But here we go. Let's move on to the most important piece of the pie right now that you guys got to hear. Just joining us right now and you're watching this right now. Do not leave. Hit the like button, leave a comment because this is what you goddamn need to hear. Subscribe to this channel. We're live every day, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you subscribe and do that. So here we go. Who will bring safety to our nation? This is the number one and most important piece and why I'm doing this today. If you're in the live stream right now, drop those USA flags in the chat right now. Put 2024, put your president, and it's all love, no shade. It's all love in here right now, and it's completely unbiased. Who will bring safety to our country? Let's start with this. The border is wide open for people to fly in, and it's happening all the time. People are coming across the border, and what are the Democrats doing? Giving them cell phones, giving them money, giving them places to sleep, places to go, places to live. And here's the problem with that. If I seen a kid walking across the border, I'm talking about a child. I'm talking about someone maybe even up to high school, a little younger than high school, right? Walking around, you're from another country. Look, you give a hand, right? Like, yo, what's going on? You okay, man? What's going on? You got to vet that person, though, right? Like, where are you from? What do you do? How did you get here? Why did you leave? How did you end up here? Especially a child, right? A child, 1 year old, 2 years old. You gotta help that kid out, right? There's no like, hey, we're turning you away. Like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the border is open for all these people to pour in. Why on earth would the border be open right now for random individuals to pour into our country? This isn't me throwing shade. This is an unbiased question. Why on earth would the borders be open? Why is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris allowing this to happen? The safety of our nation. This is number one. If she got on there and said, I'm going to close the borders. We're not letting these people get in here unless they're vetted. We're not letting them in here unless they prove who they are. We're not going to give them cell phones and money and shit. We're going to help out our own country. I'd say Kamala Harris is pretty goddamn good, right? We wouldn't be saying this right now. So this isn't a situation where we're jumping on here. We're throwing shade at Kamala Harris and throwing all this love to Trump. What we're saying is Trump was like, let's build a fucking wall. Like, let's make sure this shit is covered up. Let's make sure people can't just walk in and, hello, I'm here. How you doing? Give me a credit card. Give me a meal plan and let me live it on your. How about this? How about this? If Kamala Harris and Biden want to do that, why don't we take those people and put them next door to them? Like, why don't we drop off all these people in this picture here in their backyard? I'm not talking about the White House. I'm saying their family, where their family. Why don't we take all these people and put them next door to them? And I bet you they build that goddamn wall so fast, they'd have that wall rocking and rolling crazy 10 times higher, 10 times longer, with 10 times more security. And she said, oh, I've never been to the border. You know, all these things. At the end of the day, again, as I'm saying this, I want this to go through your skull here. I'm not throwing shade at her. I'm saying do what the country wants, and we would be happy. People that are voting for her wouldn't vote and go, oh, shit, you know, she's going to give us money. She's going to help us out. And then, you know, she's going to give money to low income, and she's going to help this out. And then she's going to let all these people come in. And there's going to be all these other people coming to the country that want health care. They're going to be going to the goddamn doctor. That Obamacare plan did not take off. You wonder why it didn't take off? Offering it to all these people. At the end of the day, if everyone jumps on there and you go, okay, I want to go to the doctor. Well, now you're going to wait 2.5 months. You got a cold right now? I'm going to call the doctor. Oh, can I go to the doctor? Oh, we'll see you in September 22nd. You're like, oh, excuse me, it's August. Yeah, I know. We'll see you September 22nd. I won't even be sick at that point. Well, that Obamacare plan didn't take off. That wasn't throwing shade at Obama. That was the truth. Like, that was really what was going on. So at the end of the day right now, what would Trump do different for safety measures? Okay. Now, right now, when I pull up this screen here, these are war tanks, warships, okay, that are pulling up next to Cuba. Now, if you're watching this right now and you're a little scared after seeing this, I understand why. I completely understand why. And if you agree with me, smack the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. We're live every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Do not miss a freaking segment, sports and entertainment. Now, here we are right here. A Russian warship pulls up next to Cuba. Do you know how close that is to Miami? People that are sitting there going, oh, well, you know, they wouldn't be able to do any damage from over there. And, you know, they have nukes and wouldn't be able to do anything. Oh, way over there in Russia. They got warships pulling up to Cuba. You know how close it is to Miami? Like literally, what, 90 miles or some shit? I don't even know. Right out in the water right there. They were pouring warships up there. I bet you if Trump was in office, he would have some shit to say about this. Like, people would start to have some concerns, right, about this. Then you have the war in Ukraine, right? You got Putin out there Zelensky. Look, this has been going on forever. In the chat right now, would this war have been going on if Trump was in office? Yes or no? In the chat right now, would this war would have even started if Trump was in office? Because what, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the shit kicked off immediately. And then you got freaking, what, you got the Russians and the Chinese people, they're sleeping in bed together now. They're all close and all cuddled up and shit's all good. But at the end of the day, the Russia versus Ukraine military strength, this has been going on forever. Kids are getting killed. Regular, like normal freaking kids. People that are going to war, like 18, 19 years old, 20 years old, going this and doing this. I'm just saying in the chat right now, do you think that if Trump was in office, would this war have even started? Right? That's a question they got for you guys right now. And are we safe with Kamala Harris running the country? Are we safe with Joe Biden running the country? Are we safe with Democrats running the country? Do we feel inferior? Because I can tell you right now, watching the goddamn Olympics, the U.S. is not inferior. We are winning. I mean, you put anytime you want, pop, Olympics on. Oh, there goes the U.S. guy, gold medal. Okay, oh, silver medal. Like everybody, distance. I talk about this, hurdles, for everything. Literally, you watch it. It's like horse. You got freaking even surfing and cycling and shit I never watched in my life. I used to watch 100 to 200 to 4x4. They win the 4x4. They win the 100. They're winning the 200. The girls are winning. I mean, it's a lot going on. The 1500. We got swimmers winning. When you look at that, you go, shit. The USA is balling, right? So at the end of the day, everybody that's going to go out there and vote, I want you to vote for who you like. But if you're going to vote for Kamala Harris, do you think she's giving you safety? Now, next piece of the pie here. Our children in school, their butts and seats. And this is, I'm weighing out both sides of the plate here. They're going to school and they're learning. Look, I'm going to tell you what it is. They're learning a whole bunch of bullshit, right? I'm born and raised up north. I would love, let me tell you something. I live in Florida, have a beautiful house. I'm very happy. My life is great. Pool, palm trees. It's awesome. Beach down the street, a condo, also another property. I love it. But here's the problem. My whole family, a lot of my family is in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, the east. I have people in the south, but up in the northeast, I would love to go back and live in New Jersey. It would be great to buy a beautiful home out there. I can go to the city that I used to love so much. Go to New York. I had a tattoo on my freaking arm to show you. I love it. The problem is I can't go back there right now because my kids are going to go to school and they're trying to teach them, oh, you could be a cat, you could be a dog, or you can be a him or a her or anytime you want. I have 3 boys and 1 girl. That's what I have. And guess what? In 5 years, I'm still going to have 3 boys and 1 girl. And when they go to school, I don't want the teacher saying, hey, you can have three girls and 1 boy if you want. No, I can't. I can't. There are 3 of them born with a penis. Okay, I got 3 boys and a girl. That's what I got. And people that are watching this right around the country should look at this and go, this motherfucker is telling the truth. The shit that they're teaching in these schools and random places where you can just be woke. Now, I'm okay for anybody, and again, listen to this shit. I'm okay for anyone at any given time to be whatever they want to be. If they want to be straight, gay, I don't give a shit what they are. And I'm happy for them. Because if they're unhappy how they are, they should be happy. I'd rather them be happy so they don't blow our shit up. I'd be happy with them being who they are. But pushing it on another kid, pushing it on another child, pushing it on someone in high school, pushing the agenda, if you want to call it, or anybody trying to teach your kid a certain thing, you're like, wait a second, okay, Miss whatever or Mr. whatever. My kid did not come to school for that. And on the flip side, I don't need them teaching my kid to understand the other side either. They don't got to teach them to be straight or teach them to be gay. Just teach my kid math, English, science, gym, all that shit that they need to know so when they graduate, they can be more well-rounded because, as you know, I'm not a teacher. I played sports. I do sports entertainment. I'm not a teacher, so therefore, I'm not telling them how to teach. I'm telling them what to teach. You teach them math. Don't send me with this paper home and teach them math. Meanwhile, you're at school focusing half your damn time teaching them how to be a cat or a kitten with a litter box in school and shit like that. That's outrageous. And in the chat again, drop those damn flags in the chat. USA's in the chat right now. I think this is so important for people to hear because I'm just telling you, I love to get on here and talk about the Olympics. I love to get on here and just talk about, what's going on with sports. And I was going to talk about Aaron Rodgers today and the New York Jets. But instead of doing that, I got to come on here and give you the goddamn truth. The truth of the matter is we better be careful We better really be careful. Now, the rest of the piece of the pie is this. When your daughter is going to school, when your son's going to school, when your wife's driving around in a golf cart, we got random people coming into this country from random places. We have enough weirdos, and I'm not pointing at anybody. We're ourselves have our own weird characteristics, right? Like, I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody, so I'm going to say everybody, because instead of saying this person, all of us have pieces of us that people would say, that guy's weird, that girl's weird, because we're unique, we're different. But when you open the borders, right, and you let all these other people in the country, right, there's some weirdos coming in there too. There's some great people, there's some sweet people, there's some amazing people crossing that border. And then there's some freaking weirdos, there's some convicts, there's some felons, there's some people doing some shit that we never knew or didn't even know about, or in the administration office right now didn't even care about. So when they cross into the country and we're going, what the fuck? Who is that guy? There's a problem there. There's a problem there, because now we have no idea who's coming in here. Who's going to stop that? I know I just blabbered on and I gave you some honest opinion and I thought it was truthful, and I'm trying to give it to you the way that I would, even if I was picking one side or the other side. And the most important piece, and I'm showing you this wall right here. I hope you guys can see this picture here. This wall is symbolizing, wow, we have a little border protection. But let me tell you something, it doesn't look like this everywhere. They're crossing right on in certain places. They don't pop up, make a phone call. Hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. I'm coming into your country. They're pulling up and going and getting freaking food and credit cards and shit and living in areas. They're dropping them off in places. New York has been stomped by it. New York was, I'm telling you right now, I grew up north. New York was amazing. We went to New York, 4th of July, New Year's, Christmas time, the best place in the world. You go up at Christmas time, walk down 5th Avenue, shit's in the windows, moving snowflakes and shit in the windows, and you got the tree lighting at Rockefeller Center. New York was amazing, and it's still an amazing state, an amazing place to go if you have safety. But let me tell you something. When you walk around those streets now, you see some shit going on, like, whoa, what's going on here? Who are these people? Random people walking around. I'm just telling you, it's not safe anymore. It's not a place that I want to take my kids. I would love to take my whole family and stay at Central Park for a week, go out there and ride around, have fun, the horses and shit. Now, every day you wake up and you go out there, you got to worry, what's going on? Who's there? Who are they protecting? Are they going to arrest these people if they do something else? You have no idea what's going on. And I'm just telling you, this is the most important piece of the message today. The safety of our country, the safety of our nation, the U.S. We got to make sure all those Olympians, you're seeing how tough we are, winning everything. Don't you think they come home from Paris protected? Hey, here we go. Our nation's tough as shit. It's speaking for itself. A lot of countries on the world are not going to like the U.S. after the Olympics is over. All these freaking medals, we're like, oh, the U.S. is cheating. Like, people saying a whole bunch of shit. The U.S. is tough. It's a powerhouse. We need the best person to step in office that's going to protect our country. Kamala Harris or Donald Trump? Drop it in the chat right now. Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, 2024. Put it in the chat right now. And there's no hard feelings. This is factual stuff. Factual stuff. And I hate to say that, and again, I didn't put this jacket on for any red rip. I just put it on for the USA winning track and field. This is an unbiased opinion. I'm giving you how I think and what I believe. I got some of my family loves Donald Trump. Some of my family thinks that Kamala Harris is God's gift. So I'm just telling you, the real deal and truth is, wow, getting a woman's opinion would be nice, right? It would be nice if she would come correct with the situation. If she stood up there and was like, I'm running for your country. I'm going to protect you. We're going to make sure people don't come across the goddamn border. We're going to make sure that your kids in school are not learning a whole bunch of bullshit and a penis is a penis. And like, you know what I'm saying? You know, hey, you're good. Like your son's going to learn about this shit. I don't come home and be like, oh yeah, I was told that if I want to be a girl today, that I can be a girl and tomorrow I can be a bird. I don't want my kid to be a bird. I want him to be who he is or who she is. That's the goal, right? And I'm not knocking the personality of an individual that wants it because they want it. It's different. Hear this. I'm not knocking them if they want it. They grow up and they think, this is what I like. That's different. If someone is pushing on the agenda and asking you, hey, you can be a girl today, you can be a guy, that's a problem. These kids don't even know how to tie their shoes yet, walking around school, and people are trying to push an agenda. Hey, what do you think? How you feel today? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling a girl? Are you feeling like a guy? That's bullshit. That's all I'm saying. Safety of our children, safety of our borders, and help. Like maybe realistically, we should have an opportunity for people to get out there and be able to feel good about buying again. In Miami, my neighbors are buying all the time, spending millions of dollars on my street. That's wonderful. But you're buying that because you have millions of dollars already. How about people graduating college, went to a great school, great job, graduated from Yale, get a job, making $100,000 a year. Oh my God, that's amazing. You still can't buy on my street. Like, you literally have to make a shit ton of money to go out and buy a house at 8% interest, 9% interest, and then, God forbid, you buy a house and renovate and flip it. Your capital gains is going crazy. Why would they do that? And if you hear this message right now on the live stream, or you hear this message later after the live stream, and you watch this when it's not live, you better look at this and understand what I'm saying. And if you want to vote for Kamala Harris, I hope that she looks at her policies and what she wants to put in place, and she understands this, because that would be great. We wouldn't be on here right now even worried about it. Be like, hey, look, we got two good people that are running for president. One of them should win because they are a good person. They get up there and they talk and they want to be great and they want to do good stuff and all this. That would be phenomenal. We wouldn't have to worry about this whole Republican and Democrat situation. We would like pick two people in the world that are great. Forget Democrat and Republican. These are two great human beings that want the USA to be on top. If you want the USA to be on top, that's great. That's wonderful. Welcome all those people to come over legally, come hang out, come stay, enjoy it. You're a good person. You proved you're a good person. You got an excellent history. Come over and hang out. That's wonderful. America was based upon all these people around the world pouring in to start with from outside of the nation. All these people came here. That's what makes America unique, great, and powerful. But in order to keep it that way, we need safety in our country, safety in our nation. I appreciate you guys joining with me today, joining in. You guys have anything you want to say right now? If you want to, hashtag it right now in the chat. This is the time of the program. If you have anything to say, I'm going to pop it up on the screen. Just make sure you put a hashtag on the message and put your message right now, and we could pull it up on the screen right this very second. Let me just get this scene pulled up. Here we are. I got it lined up. When you guys are ready, all you got to do is put a hashtag, and you could jump on there right now. If you're watching this right now, remember to like and subscribe. And when we sign off here, don't wait and leave. Stay on here, because when I sign off, I want you guys to leave a message on the video that goes to YouTube, not just the live stream here. Remember I told you guys yesterday, when I sign off, you have an exit screen, the Brandon Mason Show. After that, make sure you leave a message on the video that uploads. Then there's going to be hundreds of people pouring in here. That's what we want. We want to get the algorithm going for us on our side for YouTube. When I get off of here today, you got to make sure you leave a goddamn message on the video itself, not on the side, below after video uploads on YouTube. And right now, if you got a message to say right now, I greatly appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Put a hashtag in the chat right now if you got a message. If not, it's okay. I can move forward now. Get ready to sign off. It's hump day. We can move forward. We got a lot of football coming up, preseason football, rocking and rolling tomorrow. We got the Patriots. We got the Panthers live, preseason football, play-by-play. Do not miss it in the chat right now. Let me read some of this. Everyone that's in the chat right now, you can communicate. You can see your messages. But we're live for the play-by-plays tomorrow. Panthers, Patriots, rocking and rolling. I can't wait to have it. Back to the football season. I told you I wouldn't forget, though. I wouldn't jump on here and give you guys an honest message. And I'm telling you the truth. I'm giving you what it is right freaking now so you guys can see. And I'm getting ready to sign off. I greatly appreciate you guys. But before I do that, remember, do not, as soon as this goes out and you see the exit screen, you see the Brandon Mason Show, let it go for like 10, 15 seconds, then refresh it. Refresh it, go back into it. Leave a message below the video, not on the side, below. That's how we push this out. The Mason Mobsters in here right now. I'm throwing the dice in the chat right now. Everybody throw the dice in the chat. Throw the flag in the chat right freaking now. Best message will get a chance to spin the wheel during the live stream tomorrow. Okay, the best message on the video, as soon as I sign off right here, you guys go on this video, let it upload. The best message will get a chance to spin the wheel tomorrow during the live stream right away during the play-by-play. You guys are great. It's hump day. Enjoy it. Tomorrow's Thursday, heading to the end of the week. I'm excited about it. You guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys soon. Don't forget to leave a goddamn message when I sign off here. See you guys soon. Until next time.